How are you today? Thanks so much for being part of One Bayview Speaks today. Welcome to homeroom, so to speak. We're really glad to have you on board with us today. So yeah, take a moment in the chat and let me know what you want to get out of today. Thanks so much for being on the line today. This is really great. Welcome to homeroom. Just wanted to sort of see how everything's going. We are waiting. We have some really amazing panelists today sort of help us really talk about Bayview excellence and what that means. And of course, the way that we set this up is really to work with all of you to give us questions. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Great having you here, Linda. Really appreciate it. Hi, Allison. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm coming on board, hopefully.
Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
Hi.
Yeah,
All right.
how you doing?
Good.
We're just we start promptly at 12:15, but this is what we sort of had out as the homeroom time. If we all remember way back when we had a homeroom right before our first class, so to speak, and giving people the opportunity to sort of come on board and just to say hi. So I wanted to already said hi to Linda, but sorry, Lydia, great seeing you here again. Colleen, thanks so much for being part of this today. Really looking forward to it. Vanessa, hi, how you doing? Great, thanks so much for being on board with us today. Really looking forward to it all. And I also just want to thank each one of the panelists today. I know it was, we had a great time sort of trying to organize and sort of get things going, and they're all really passionate about what they have to bring to the table. So I'm really looking forward to learning a lot today also. So we'll be going over, everything from, what does it look like, to actually help kids be better prepared through the end of the year. To those of us even who don't have kids, how can we actually help in the entire system since we're all sort of paying for it? Sort of taking a look at, questions around enrollment and what things should be done. So I think there's just a lot of great content to cover today, and really looking forward to it. So Colleen, just so you know, this is a webinar, so really only the panelists will actually be seen via video. So it gives you the opportunity to sit back, relax, and join in via the chat and also Q&A. So all that's going on and really sort of looking forward to having everyone on board today. And I really love having this homeroom sort of time, and it really does remind me of that very first time I walked into homeroom when I was a kid, freshman year, and didn't know anyone else, and just wanted to say hi to folks. So feel free to reach out. I see a lot of people doing that, so really appreciate that right now. Great. Oh, you're very welcome, Colleen. Very welcome. Everything's in order and in place, and it is 12:15, and I really want to sort of thank you for coming out to the second One Bayview Speak. Each one that we will be doing will be on a specific topic. Last time we did one on politics. This time we are specifically doing one on education, really talking about Bayview excellence, and I believe we brought together a really great panel to sort of discuss that. But before we have questions and introductions, I sort of want to go through what One Bayview is. So really it started with what my personal mission is. My personal mission is to empower people and communities to realize their full potential and manifest extraordinary success. I've seen this happen. The things that sort of come to me is that I actually have a little bit more flexibility in my schedule. And like all of you, I really care about the community that I live in. And what was really frustrating was the fact that I would go to these meetings and you literally had officials act as if people don't care about an issue simply because they're not taking time out of their busy day to go to your 10 a.m. meeting, which I think is just ridiculous. And that's why I really want to sort of come together, sort of figure out different ways for us as a community to interact like with one another in a way that actually fits our daily lives. And so it's really important to me that things like this happen. And really, One Bayview is all about connecting members of the Bayview neighborhood and beyond in meaningful ways to help us really transform our community. So for me, I mean, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have all these things, but I want to build a platform and different avenues for us actually to come together. One, to learn about issues that are sort of happening, and then two, hear from people like the folks on this panel today about all the great solutions that are sort of going on, and then thirdly, seeing how we can actually chip in to help. To that end, so we put out a One Bayview Insider, which is a new e-newsletter that goes out weekly. Of course, if you're on this right now, you probably got it because we sort of advertise One Bayview Speaks within that. But we're also going to do a lot more as far as sort of events like we have been. So we've been around for a year plus. It goes out to 7,500 people in 94124, specifically in the Bayview. And it's really growing and expanding. We've also done specialty campaigns, really the whole idea of being able to connect people to the great things that are going on in our own neighborhood. A few years ago, we did Shop Bayview. We're looking to do that again. Coming soon will be onebayview.com, which is a website and mobile app to help us connect on a deeper level. And lastly, brings us to what we're talking about today, the webinar series. It's really about addressing issues and concerns in 94124 and sharing those solutions. This is a way for us to sort of work together without necessarily having to go to various meetings all the time, because getting to a meeting is 45 minutes, leaving a meeting is another 45 minutes, and being in the meeting might be an hour or two, right? And there's always a question about like its worth sometimes. And of course, if you can make meetings, it's great. This is to augment all the great work that you do. But if you're like me and you get away during the day or even at night because you have kids or other commitments, I'm hoping that this really sort of fits in and is a way that you can actually learn more and actually engage in different ways. With that, I just want to bring us back. We have a really great panel today. Allison Collins, she's a commissioner on the San Francisco Unified School District. Joy Jackson Morgan is an ED at Third Street Youth Center and Clinic. And Randy Saraguchi is the ED of Urban Ed Academy. And I think my first question to each one of you, I want to introduce yourself, really sort of tell me why you're doing this. Like, why are you so passionate about this work? And I'm actually going to choose Joy to go first.
Thank you. I don't know if you all can see me, but I am a second generation Bayview native, and it's important to me that I am helping young people have a healthy childhood, a healthy transition into adulthood. With that being said, like, someone invested in me, and I just want to make sure that we are invested in our young people. So Third Street gives me that avenue to see that change every single day in my own community.
Perfect. Randy.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Randy. I had the pleasure of joining Urban Ed Academy in the San Francisco community 3 years ago when I decided to accept the job leading what was a Saturday school for boys of color in elementary school, based on STEM-based projects. And we did that as a strategy to increase more seat time for boys of color in particular, who, you know, as a lot of us on this call know, would miss time for various reasons during the school week, day, maybe due to chronic absenteeism or other issues before school, but then during school would maybe find themselves with a referral a day or more and missing time that way. So it was really attractive for me to join. I say I had the pleasure of joining because even though I've lost my accent, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from the East Coast, and I'm from a little small beach town called Asbury Park. Very much reminds me of Bayview, you know, a very resilient and strong and culturally diverse community that has never always gotten a fair shake, either in their perception or what's actually being done substantively on the ground, and just have been super happy to be supportive of the community. And our big mainstay is bringing more men of color into the classrooms. So like Joy, you know, that is the avenue for me to be able to serve. We're really looking forward to sharing more of our work this year. Perfect.
Allison.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me to participate in this conversation. And hi, everyone. I'm been an educator in San Francisco for 20 plus years, and then became a parent. And in that process, a lot of my focus, the work that I've been doing as an educator, is thinking about first-time college-going students, and that's Black and Brown students generally, because my parents were both first generation. And in that work, you see a lot of systemic inequality, and so got really good at looking at systems, but then started really experiencing it once I became a parent. And that led me to leave my job at the district. I was working as an educational instructional coach at Thurgood Marshall. I worked in central office, but became a parent organizer because I really felt like parents have a voice, and because they aren't educated on how the system is organized, when they get educated, they can actually really have a lot of power. And so started working with families at Carver to advocate for doors and walls at their school because they didn't have them. And that was creating an environment that didn't feel academic for their students, and also advocating for myself as a Black parent at my daughter's schools when they've heard name calling, or just making sure that they're reading diverse books that reflect our culture and every culture. And that ultimately led me to running for a position on the Board of Ed, because I see from multiple facets that there's a disconnect between the policy of our district, some of which are really great, and the actual practice in our schools, and specifically in the Bayview. My heart is in the Bayview because those are schools where I feel like there's the most promise and the most need, and I'm just committed to families and educators there in making sure that we're investing in schools in the Bayview.
Thank you so much. I want to go to Joy. Tell me about Third Street Youth Center. Like, what sets it apart?
I think that Third Street started as a community effort, right? This is real grassroots, where the community saw an issue of youth not having a safe space to be able to express themselves. We started off as Bayview Healing Arts, based on like a nice collective group of concerned citizens and young people. And so we have tried to maintain this homegrown, this youth first, youth voice environment. So when you come to Third Street, it's colorful, it's warm, it's welcoming. They see themselves, they see the things that they have made the decisions on, from chairs to the artwork. Everything is youth chosen. And so I think they feel that when they come in the doors. I think they feel welcome. I think they feel like this is truly their own space. And I think we have staff that reflect them. Mm-hmm. Over 90% of our staff is from Bayview or San Francisco specific. And I think that's important. Primarily people of color work at Third Street. So again, representation is important. When young people see themselves, they feel like someone cares for them in their own community. And so, we're going on our 14th year. And we've been successful because of our young people. And they continue to come back. We continue to adapt to their needs and not just staying with the status quo or saying like, oh, this is the program we've been doing for years. No, our programming changes based on what our young people need. And so having that adaptability, having staff who are committed and consistent, I think has been why young people continue to come back.
Great. So are you an after school program? Is it academic? Like what's your focus?
We focus on health. So our clinic opens every Monday through Friday from 1 to 5. We have free clinical services, free mental health services. We also offer youth development programming that go from 5 to 7. In the summer, we have summer programming. Our clinics are open in the morning and in the afternoons, again, to fit the need of young people. And now we have moved into rapid rehousing. So really trying to take a stab at what's happening with our young people and how youth in Bayview have a specific form of homelessness, right? Our homelessness doesn't look like the rest of San Francisco. And I think our youth have been angry about how they cannot obtain services just based on how they present themselves. I think in our community, culturally and historically, we take pride in our appearance. So like our young people can have on the freshest Jordans, hair done, nail done, everything, but they still need a place to stay. They're still couch surfing. They're still sleeping in their cars. They have their babies with them. And so this new channel that we've gone into with rapid rehousing hopefully just starts to take a crack at addressing youth homelessness in our neighborhood.
Perfect.